For decades, the H-1B visa has been the golden ticket for Indian engineers. A chance to work in Silicon Valley, earn in dollars, and maybe even settle in America. But now Donald Trump has dropped a $100,000 bombshell. From September 21st, US companies will have to pay $100,000 in fees for every single H-1B petition. That's 83 Lakhs rupees, just to file the application. It doesn't even guarantee approval of the application. Let's put that into context. Last year, the US got over 750,000 H-1B applications. Indians made up nearly 70% of them. Do the math. That's a $75 billion price tag if this rule had applied. So what does this mean for Indians' US tech firms and the global race for talent? Let's break it down. Earlier, companies paid maybe $6,000 to $10,000 per petition in government fees and lawyers. Painful but manageable. Now Trump has added a flat $100,000 surcharge on top. And it's not just the fee. The proclamation also brings tighter rules on specialty occupation, more site visits and stricter checks for Indian IT firms that place workers at client sites. Experts say it will be challenged in US courts because immigration fees are usually Congress's job, not the president's. But unless it's blocked, this will be the biggest financial barrier in H-1B history. Indians are the backbone of the H-1B program. Around 442,000 approvals in fiscal year 2024 went to Indian nationals. Companies like Infosys, TCS and Wipro file tens of thousands of petitions every year. Here's the catch. If Infosys files 29,000 petitions, that's a $2.9 billion fee bill. Imagine smaller firms or startups. They'll simply stop sponsoring Indians. And what about students? Fresh graduates on OPT or STEM ops usually start at $70,000 to $90,000 salaries. Their employers won't pay another $100,000 fee just to hire them. The door to the US is slamming shut for many. Big tech, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, might survive. They already pay high wages, and for them $100,000 is an extra cost but not a killer. But for Indian IT service firms, this is devastating. Their model depends on sending thousands of engineers on H-1Bs. At $100,000 each, the economics collapse. Even US startups and universities, who rely on international researchers, will likely pull back. So while Trump says this protects American jobs, economists warn it could actually hurt American innovation. Here's why. Studies show that every 100 H-1B workers create around 183 new American jobs. H-1Bs also contribute to over 20% of US patents in critical areas like artificial intelligence and semiconductors. So yes, fewer foreign workers might mean less competition for some Americans, but it also means slower innovation, fewer startups and talent moving elsewhere. Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, all are waiting with open arms. Canada's special H-1B open permit in 2023 maxed out 10,000 slots in just 48 hours. That's how hungry other countries are for this talent. For India, this is bittersweet. On one side, India is already suffering from high unemployment rates. The United States was one of the few avenues remaining for Indian graduates to look for work. Moreover, fewer Indians in the US means remittances could drop. America alone sends back $30 to $35 billion to India each year. Families depending on those dollars may feel the pinch, but there's another side. If fewer engineers go abroad, more talent stays here, and that could turbocharge India's own tech ecosystem. Already, India has over 100 unicorns. A reverse brain drain might just accelerate that, with Bengaluru, Hyderabad and Gurgaon becoming even bigger innovation hubs. India can look at this as an opportunity to grow its domestic industries, but will the government be able to leverage this is yet to be seen. This isn't over. The $100,000 fee will almost certainly face legal challenges. Business groups argue Trump doesn't have the authority to impose it without Congress. So, 3 scenarios. 1. Strict enforcement of the regulation. H-1B demand collapses. 2. Partial rollback. Fee cut or maybe capped. 3. Trump's decision is blocked in court. Things go back to normal. But until then, uncertainty will scare off employers from sponsoring new Indians. So is this the end of the American dream for Indian engineers, or is it the beginning of India's own Silicon Valley story? Would you still chase an H-1B if your employer had to spend 83 lakh rupees just on your visa? Or would you rather stay back and build something in India? Tell us in the comments. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more fact-based explainers.